And we are back. Raiders franchise. Sorry, I'm very exhausted. I don't know if you can hear. In the last episode, we defeated the Titans 45-35. What a game it was to advance to our third in a row Super Bowl. Looking to win back to back as we're going to be facing the 10-7 Detroit Lions, who have a very similar face on their team in Monte Lynn, our former wide receiver four, spent years 2 through 4 of this franchise here with us. We trade him away to Detroit for, I want to say it was like a 7th round pick. Goes literally just, yeah. Without much delay, we're going to show off the lineup. We are going to be without 2 players. Brock Bowers, who is on IR, suffered a big injury in the championship game. So we have elevated Trent Sparrow. And then Sergio Lowell. He's going to be out for this game. But no need to put him on IR. I hope we won't need another running back. And then looking at the defense and special teams, completely healthy. I didn't even realize dev traits. On the offense, Rashad Jackson is X Factor. Demario Douglas is superstar. Gonna be honest, I literally was not paying attention. I forgot, these depth traits exist. But then looking at the defense, unless I'm blind, I'm not seeing anyone. Special teams, I also don't think anyone went up. They are going to be without Ali McNeil, Panay Sewell, and Jonathan Stewart, I want to say. So definitely some big injuries there for them. This could be a few guys' final game in silver and black. Max Crosby is most likely going to be one of them. I know he literally just had an amazing season, led the league in sacks, but unfortunately, we skipped the Super Bowl thing. I apologize. We have Jason Biddle and Jarius Easley. It might just be time to move on from him. They are going to start with the ball. Antoine Levy for a yard, 7 yards to Quinn Johnson. We definitely played the Lions earlier in the season. 4 yard rush by Roman Sprue. They pick it up. I mean, this is a big game. They're, of course, going to be going for it. Sam Laporta for 5. 3rd and 2. 4 yards for Corey Henry at the first. And it's an interception by Darian Porter. Incomplete pass by Rashad Jackson. 10 yards to Harrington. 3rd and inches. We get sacked, Mitch Page, and we're probably going to kick a field goal. We do. It's good. So, yeah, we definitely played them earlier in the year because I remember like this. Monte Lynn, their kick returner, number 85. We love to see that for him. I believe we did win, though, because I don't remember this. 15 yards for Porta, 29 for St. Brown, because we lost to the Giants. 6 yards and then 6 yards back to back for Corey Henry. Lost to the Giants. We lost to the Chargers. We lost to the Bills. There is a 4th team in there who I cannot remember. That is going to be Corey Henry, 1st and goal to the 9. Good rush there. So maybe it was the Lions. However, I don't think it was.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Was it Denver maybe? Did we lose to them? We did. We did lose to Denver. Touchdown, Corey Henry. They're going to take the lead 7-3. Seven-yard rush by Genty. 11-yard rush by Genty. 14 yards to Douglas. 4-yard rush by Genty. Penalty on Johnny Holcomb gives us the ball at the 11-yard line for not 1st and goal, but I mean we're a little over a yard away from that on the outside of the 11. Going to be no gain there for Ezekiel Alford. Actually loses 2.
the tackle. It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12. At the Lions' 13-yard line.
Play action is complete to the end zone for Demario Douglas. And with 27 seconds left in quarter number 1, we're going to take the lead 10-7. Oh, this is being played in Minnesota, by the way, it looks like. Is this? This does not look like a dome. 14 yards to St. Brown. 9 yards to Corey Henry for the air. Pass knocked away by Darian Porter. Levy rushes for the first down. Maybe it is a dome. I just can't tell. 8-yard rush by Henry. 3rd and 1. 5 yards for Henry. Penalty on Bryce McCutcheon's going to back him up. 2nd and 20. They have 14 yards to Quentin Johnston. 3rd and 6. They have 6 yards to Johnson. 4th and inches. They go to Isaac Tesseloff for the first down. 8 yards to the 12. As they are in the red zone now. Monte Lynn, by the way, only recorded 1 catch with the Lions this year. Henry gets a pickup of 2. The Lions don't really use their wide receivers too much outside of, their big three and Johnston, Tesla, and St. Brown. Levy's going to be sacked. That's going to be a combination of Crosby and someone else. Wasn't able to see the number. 3rd and 17 now. Laporta in motion. Levy with time checks it down to Laporta. Tries to do some stuff after the catch, but unable to. 4th down. They're probably going to kick the field goal. They line up that way. We'll see if they actually kick it. The kick is up and good. So they do kick it. We have a tied ball game here now with 8.5 remaining in the half. 10-10. Raiders getting the ball. Four yards to Mateo Francisco, our tight end 2 for this game, and we fumble and Brian Branch recovers. Oh no. 7 yards to Jordan Cabrera, their backup tight end. 3rd and 3, 14 to Corey Henry in the air at the first. So both teams with a turnover. It says we have 2, but I can't remember the second one. Good rush there by Henry. He is destroying us, averaging 6 a carry. First down to the 12. Remember, our defense is fully healthy. That's going to be complete on the check down. 2nd and 3 up to the 5. Number 3 out there, the backup running back. It's a screen pass. Somehow able to break the tackle on Gavin Andrews. Kalen Robinson able to wrap him up, but not after they get down to the 1, 1st and goal. Handoff, and Biddle's able to track him down.
Number 3, the ball carrier. Stops short of the goal line.
2nd and goal now from the 1.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
And Kirkland's there to wrap up Henry. 3rd and goal now back at the 3. They have a few guys wide open. Looked like a ran commit. Amon-Ra St. Brown for the touchdown. They're going to take the lead 17-10. Now we do get ball to start second half, so that is good. 7-yard rush by Genty. 5-yard rush by Genty takes us to the 2-minute warning. We're going to hop into slow-mo for the rest of the half. Minute 59 remaining. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Lines up by 7. We see D'Angelo Favors, the tight end for this game. Going in for the injured Brock Bowers. This one is complete to Besh up to the 49. 2nd and 1 now. D'Angelo Favors out wide. We'd love to see that. That's going to be complete to Douglas up to the 38. First down. That's going to be checked down to Genty. Pickup of 6. Injury timeout there for the Lions. That's going to cost them a timeout, their first. Minute 16 remaining. 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line. It's going to be Genty. He's going to get to the outside. He's still on his feet, out of bounds at the 19-yard line. What a run there. Stops the clock with a minute 11. Ones across the board there. That's going to be a screen pass to Ezekiel Alford, who's going to get 7 yards up to the 11. Lions not taking timeouts. Raiders, they're chewing the clock, trying to make this the final drive of the half. Hand off to Genty. He's going to get blown up, lose a yard. 3rd and 4 at the 13. Timeout Raiders there first. Fernandez is wide open, and we complete it to him. He's got the first down to the 8. Timeout Raiders, their second. 21 seconds remaining. So we got the one timeout, so, we can, we don't need to go end zone. Could potentially run it if that's what we're interested in. Would be very risky, though. That's complete to Fernandez. 2nd and goal to the 3. We take our final timeout. 2nd and goal now from the 3. Jackson. Gonna run it himself. What a play. And with 13 seconds left, let's be honest. Oh, we should probably go into slow motion, actually, for the halftime show. 10 seconds left. I mean, from 35, they get a nice play here. They could get a timeout, potential Hail Mary, or a really long field goal. Complete to St. Brown. 4 seconds left. They're up to the 48. Probably not going to kick it because it'd be like a 70-yarder. But definitely a Hail Mary chance. Levy is going to launch it. 2-on-2. And it's incomplete. Quinn Johnston got a hand on it. Unable to secure it, though. Here's the halftime stats, obviously. Don't really understand the Marco Fernandez one. That is going to do it for the halftime report. We'll watch the kickoff, mainly because I forgot to back out. A return by Fernandez. Somehow makes a man miss up to the 31. Decent return. 9 yards to Genty for the air on first down. Incomplete pass on second. 10-yard rush by Genty on third. That's a first down to midfield. 9 yards for Genty. 9 yards to D'Angelo Favors. 22 yards to D'Angelo Favors brings us to the 10. Not quite first and goal. Apparently we can still pick up a first down. However, it's going to be very unlikely. Jackson looking. Swings it out to Genty. Has some room down to about the 3.5-yard line. 2nd and 4 now at the 4. Alford in there as the back. He's going to run forward up to the 2. 3rd and goal now at the 2. Genty back as the running back. We see 3 receivers and a tight end. It is going to be a pass. Swing pass to Genty. He's going to be able to get in there. We're going to take the lead 24-17. Assuming the extra point's good, of course. And it is. Back-to-back incomplete passes by Levy. Then he tries to take off, not going to get it, and they're going to have to punt. Goes for a touchback. Genty loses 2 on first down. Then 26 yards to Douglas. Incomplete pass by Jackson. Incomplete pass by Jackson, back to back. 4 yards to Genty on third down, not going to be nearly enough. We're going to punt it. Pin him at the 9-yard line. 1 yard rush by Corey Henley. Incomplete. Darian Porter knocks it away. 8 yards to Sheldon Rowland. Do you go for this potentially? No, you punt, and that's only 35 yards, and then an 11-yard return on top of that. 8 yards to Genty, 6 to Fernandez. 6 to Douglas, 2nd and 4. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 4. 15 yards to Besh is going to bring up 1st and goal from the 8. And Detroit, I mean, we're getting close to this 4th quarter. We have the ball, looking to score again. I'm definitely getting nervous. Jackson with time, throwing, end zone, touchdown, Jack Besh. And we're going to take the lead 31-17. And this is do or die pretty much for Detroit. 28 yards to Tesla. 8-yard rush by Johnson. 3 yards for Corey Henry for the air. That's a first down. Respect to them. They're fighting. They're moving this football. Well, I say that, but back-to-back net 0-yard net gains, whatever. But they get to the 8 with Tesla for 25. 1st and goal. There ain't no severity. Play action for Levy. Fools everyone. Then flips it to the running back. Who's going to get into the end zone? What a play! Roman Spruill, the fullback. Do they potentially go for this? No, they kick the extra point. 31-24. Raiders still hold the lead. But Lions say we're not going away that easily. Genty's going to start the drive off with 8 yards. And then 5 for the first down. Then 10 to D'Angelo Favors, just short of the first though. But Genty says not to worry about it, gets 9. 7 yards to D'Angelo Favors. Sacked by Derek Barnes, 3rd and 7. Penalty on Pete Hill, that's an automatic first down. Then another penalty on him, he's going to get benched. Then 16 yards to Besh. So we have the ball at the 5, 1st and goal. And running out of time are the Lions. Their best bet is to get a stop here. Complete the Favors down to the 2-yard line. Rashad Jackson with 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions. Looking to throw again. Jackson, he's going to be sacked back at the 12. Robbie Andrews, 3rd and 12. For being honest, we're already up by 7. A field goal would make it 10. 2 scores. Just run the ball here with Genty, see what he can do. We're going to throw it. Don't get sacked too far. Just throws it away. And 4th down, we're going to obviously take the field goal.
For the Raider field goal, a 29-yard attempt.
So with 5:19 remaining in the game, Raiders lead by 10, 34-24. Detroit's got to be fast with what they do here. And Eddie Kirkland getting a sack is definitely not going to help them. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 20. 11 yards to St. Brown. We're going to hop into slow-mo for this. This is probably the game right here. If you fail to convert this, 4 minutes to go, 9 yards, we get the ball again, you're going to have to get a stop and hope for a field goal pretty much. Levy throwing it, has St. Brown to the 34-yard line. That's complete. And there's a penalty on us, I assume offsides. Incomplete pass though, we get pressure, but he had a guy open. At Royster, I don't know if you're tired or what, but you cannot be committing those fatal mistakes. 1st and 5 now to the 29. Levy. Over the middle to complete to Tesla. Up to the 13, 1st down. They don't need a touchdown. They're down 10 points, so they could take a field goal here. But obviously, when you're at the 13, you'd much rather prefer to get the touchdown. It's going to be a screen pass to Tesla. He's going to fight up to the 6-yard line. 2nd and 3. Had to make sure I was recording.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Raiders' 6-yard line.
Remember, if I started recording, I would have been panicked. Complete, but short of the line to gain is Laporta, 3rd and 1. And this is very interesting because if you fail to convert this, what do you do? Well, maybe not as interesting anymore as Crosby gets the sack. They're sending the offense out there. They don't have to do that. They can kick the field goal. Levy throwing. And it's dropped by Tesla. He had it. Moister jars it incomplete. Oh, and that's gonna suck. Who to kick the field goal? You'll elect to go risky for the touchdown. And Genty with a good run. He's still going. Up to the 24. Timeout Raiders, they're first. Or excuse me, Lions, they're first.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
And Genty again with room. Up to the 35. Timeout.
It's a gain of 11.
First down pretty much ends this game here. And we go Genty again. Gonna break some tackles. 1 yard there. Alright, it is now official. A first down would end the game. And there it is. Genty with the first down. We have to take it to a 2-minute warning now.
Another Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
We're going to call one final run play just to chew as much time as possible, just in case an injury or something happens. The Lions try and fake one. Or we could just pick up another first down up to the 33. Genty goes 20 for 160 and a touchdown.
17 more yards. Here we go. The Raider first down.
And we're going to win back-to-back Super Bowls, 34-24. Against the Lions here. Really sucks that Monte Lynn wasn't able to get as involved as he did. We don't have to call another play. We're not going to. And there it is. Back to back. You played a great game, Levy. Kyle Hamilton wants a second one. Most of these guys here just got a second one. We kept it very similar team. Rashad Jackson now has entered the league for 2 seasons, and he has 2 Super Bowls. And there it is, Dylan Northcutt hoisting the Lombardi. The touchdown to Genty, a big one. We had a touchdown to St. Brown for them. That was pretty big. The run commit one. And we're going to just show it off again, I guess. It's that important. And we have Demario Douglas beating Jack Campbell. That's unfortunate for him. Why do you have a wide receiver lined up against a linebacker? There it is. We are back-to-back Super Bowl champions. (27 for 33, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Oh, and if we go to rushing, 1 rushing touchdown. Genty, 7.9 yards per carry, 20 for 159. He was a yard away from averaging 8 a carry. He pretty much did. D'Angelo Favors 6 for 63, Douglas 6 for 81 and a touchdown, Genty 5 for 27 and a touchdown, Besh 4 for 48 and a touchdown, 3 for 16 for Fernandez. Blocking, Wanya Morris and Jose Wallace allowing the sacks. Two guys in double digits, 14 for Hamilton, 10 for Royster, 9 for Dean. He just missed out. 2 TFLs for Biddle, Crosby, and Kirkland, with a sack and a half going to Crosby, half sack going to McCann, Biddle, and Kirkland, with Darian Porter recording an interception. Kicking was perfect. Punting, only had to punt once, and it wasn't great, 43 yards. I mean, we only had to punt once, so who cares? But we win Super Bowl whatever number. We're going to go ahead and advance. We see what we want to see, obviously, and that's the season recap. Who gets MVP? I mean, in my opinion, it has to go to Rashad Jackson. He had all 4 of our touchdowns. Yeah. Jordan Love MVP, Coach of the Year's us. Max Crosby Defensive Player of the Year last year. I mean, it's perfect. Back to back. We do have a few things to go over. A weekly award, which obviously we win both of them. Rashad Jackson, Darian Porter. And then the tough one. Gotta make sure we still have both our coordinators. This is crazy. I'm surprised no one's tried to poach them. But we have some retirements. We're first and foremost gonna just look at the AFC West, and then we'll take a look at the league. Cortland Sutton and Zach Allen. Those are the only two. But here are all the players who elect to call it quits. We'll of course talk about anyone who represented the silver and black. Leaky Fotu, respect to him. Great retirement. Not really anyone who plays for us. That's crazy. Malcolm, I don't want to say his last name because it's definitely on the edgy side. Retires. Cleveland Farrell wasn't for us in this series, but he was a Raiders guy, 4th overall pick. TJ Watt, obviously the big one. But the last thing we are going to do, we'll actually look at our mock draft. We do have another team's pick. I don't remember who. I don't know where they're going to be picking at. Number 15, we're projected to take a cornerback. I definitely do like that. I do think cornerback is definitely in the cards. And then we're obviously going to be picking at 32 as well. Right tackle, who's our right tackle? Maybe it is Charles Grant. See, in my mind, I knew that. I kept thinking Charles Cross. I was like, no, that's the Seahawks player. Maybe not right tackle, but definitely left tackle. But we're going to advance week again. And I think this should be where we stop. Where the re-sign players. So here we go. Crosby has switched to a 1-year deal. Demario Douglas to a 2-year. All these other guys. Sergio Lowe we can't bring back, but I definitely do want to bring him back in free agency. I'm just gonna be honest. Trent Sparrow, Mateo Francisco, both our backup guys. Obviously, there are a few players I do think could get traded. You take us down to 23 mil. Okay, so we can't afford both of them. That's what I was worried because I definitely would like to. I want Crosby to kind of be. I don't want him to walk. I want him to be someone we can trade away. And Douglas, after the year he had, I'm gonna find it very hard to say. He shouldn't be brought back. But as for these other guys, definitely some guys who I would like to bring back. AJ Cole. I do think it is time though that we say goodbye to Daniel Carlson. AJ Cole, obviously a captain of ours as well. Max Crosby, also a captain. But yeah, that is going to do it for this episode and this season, where we end as back to back champions. And the next time you'll see me, we are going to be streaming the offseason. That includes free agency, the draft, this re sign phase we're on now. Yeah, just to quickly make sure. Yes, we still have both our coordinators. All right, I will see you guys next time. I don't have a date for it, so it'll just kind of be, you'll maybe just see I start live streaming. But goodbye. Hope you enjoyed.